So I will be recording this session as well. Cool. So as I was telling you that before you start or before you attend any session, it's very important to understand that why am I attending that session, right? What is the purpose on this fine Saturday afternoon? Why are you here attending this session, right? What's going to be the objective? So the objective of this session is to give you a clear cut, a workable and actionable strategy that you can implement for listening, for reading, for writing, and for speaking to achieve your goal of getting overall 7 bands and above. Okay. Before we begin, a quick introduction about who we are, what do we do, and what is Prep Eve, and like some information about all those things. All right. So I hope my screen is visible. Just write a yes quickly so that I can start. Yes, right. Now write down a ready and then we begin. Write down a ready. Come on. I want to see the energy. Ready. Perfect. Great. All right. So welcome to the IELTS Academic Masterclass. A little bit about us. So we have been training students for the IELTS test, the IELTS test from the past 3 years. And we are followed by more than 45,000 students across the globe on our YouTube channel, that is Prep Eve. So I can also show you the channel quickly if you want. So you just have to go to YouTube and search for Prep Eve and you will be able to find us. So this is our channel and we share a lot of content here, a lot of results, the students who prepared with us and all the latest news related to IELTS. And we have also posted a lot of free videos, okay? So there are many videos for IELTS writing. There are many videos on vocabulary. There are many videos on topper testimonials and speaking tips and tricks, reading tips and tricks, everything. Okay. So you can always just watch those videos and it will definitely help you a lot. All right. So Vineet is asking, has the IELTS validity extended to 3 years? No, Vineet. It was just a rumor. Some of the colleges, for example, Centennial College in Toronto has said that we will accept IELTS for 3 years, but not all universities and colleges. And CIC, that is basically the organization that gives the visa, has clearly mentioned that no, IELTS is only valid for 2 years, not more than that. Okay, great. Coming back, so more than 2,000 students have studied from us in one-to-one courses that we help in which we help students prepare for IELTS one-to-one by personal private tutoring, online over Zoom, Skype, etc. And all the trainers that we have a minimum experience of 2 years. So we find out the best trainers all across India and we build a team with them to provide the highest quality coaching to everyone. Okay. All our trainers, including me, including Sanjata, are trained and certified by British Council, no one else. So we do not want to give you any rubbish information that doesn't work. We only give you the information that is authentic, that is coming from the legit sources. There are hundreds of YouTube channels that are giving you strategies that do not work, right? For example, there are many YouTube channels that will give you some templates to copy and write. If you're doing that, trust me, you're never getting a 6-man score. The IELTS examiners know that these are templates and you have memorized something. Okay. Whenever you will do something like that, you will be losing out on a lot of marks when the IELTS examiner will be checking you. Okay. Guys, we will have the discussions on course selection and your immigration and all those things later on, which course to choose, how to get the visa, 5.5 accepted or not. We will discuss that in the end. First, it's all about IELTS. Okay. So these are my personal IELTS scores. I am not showing off, but why am I showing this to you right now? The reason is that whatever I am about to tell you, I have tried and tested them myself. Okay. I have tried and tested them and only then I have come up with these strategies after getting such scores. So this is my latest result. I took the
Can
test.
you, Harit, can you just zoom in as in fit the screen?
Yeah. So this is my latest result that I took on 2nd of August. So I got 8.5 bands in my listening. I got reading 9. So a lot of students face problems with reading. I never faced a problem with reading. So I will share my strategies later on. I got a 7.5 score in my writing. I was very disappointed with this score. I really wanted to improve here. I was expecting an 8, but okay. And I got an 8 band score in my speaking. Okay, so this was for my GT and this was for my academic. So in my academic test, which I took 2 years ago, I got 9 bands in my listening. I got 8.5 in my reading here. This time, when I took this test, I was not really into IELTS coaching and all. And my writing score was 7. My speaking score was yet again consistent as 8. My overall band score was 8. So I've seen an improvement from 8 to 8.5. Going from this to this, and there are many students at times who are in the webinar and say, sir, this is fake. My passport number is L7575449. You can go and verify the result. I have no problems with that. All right, so in fact, I am showing everything on the screen. Okay, so now enough of who I am. I have understood who you are. Let us start. Okay, so the IELTS test is of two types: IELTS general training, IELTS academic. What's the difference between these two? The IELTS academic test is taken by the students who want to study abroad. Okay, if you want to go and study in a different country, US, UK, Canada, every country requires you to take IELTS. Every university, every college needs that you have a good IELTS score before they can give you an admission. And then the embassy people also want to check your English proficiency skills. IELTS general training is taken later on when you will be finishing your studies and you will be applying for your permanent residency. Okay, so IELTS academic for your studies, IELTS general training for your immigration purposes. Let's say you are applying for your PR in Canada, you have to take IELTS general training. This doesn't apply for Australia. Australia asks for IELTS academic, New Zealand asks for IELTS general training. So this is how it is. All right, so okay, Divya.
Yeah, exactly.
Good. All right. Perfect. Done. Now we will come to it. Avnish, hold on. So the structure of the IELTS test is there in front of you. First of all, the listening test is same in case of general training or in case of academic. More or less the content is the same, everything is the same. Jagjit, you will need 8 7 7 7, 8 in listening, 7 in reading, 7 in speaking, 7 in writing. Okay, so the first listening test is more or less same in case of general training and academic. Now when you are taking the IELTS academic test, you will be getting an academic reading question. And if you're taking the academic test, you'll be getting academic writing questions, right? These are different as compared to general training for reading, reading for general training and writing for general training. Okay, these are different. Now, the difference stands between the type of the content. In case of general training reading, you get very simple text, okay, but the questions are confusing. In case of academic reading, you get difficult text. The text is very difficult to read, but the questions are a bit easier. Okay, they are very easy to crack. I have managed to do that. Many students of mine have managed to do that. So you should be able to do that as well. We will come to all those things later on. Okay, now having discussed the pattern, one very important thing is that most of the students are asking for 7 bands or above, right? That, sir, I want to score more than 7 bands. We join coachings, we start preparation, but we never know that what exactly do we need to do to get that 7 band score, right? So first of all, talking about IELTS academic, for a 7 band score in your IELTS academic reading test, you need to get how many questions correct? I can't use my mouse. How many questions correct? Can you write down? Can you write it down? How many questions do you need to get right in order to get 7 band score? It's 30. Okay, even if you manage to get 30 to 32 questions, the examiner is going to give you a 7 band score. All right, 30 questions out of 40 for a 7 bands score. All right, in plain simple words. So this is the very first thing that you have to keep in mind, that I have to get 30 questions. So Jagjit is saying that she all right, thanks a lot, Jagjit. So I need to attend a meeting of my school. All right. So Jagjit, I will be sending a recording of this session to all the people who registered for the webinar, so you can watch it there. Okay. So all the best for your meeting. Take care. Okay. So, okay. So we have to get 30 to 32 questions correct, right? This is the very first thing that we need to keep in mind. Now, when I say 30 questions, guys, we have a margin for error of 10 questions, okay? Even if we get 10 questions wrong, we will be able to get a 7-band score. All right. You do not have to look at it from this perspective that I have to get 30 right. No, change your perspective. Think like, even if I get 10 questions wrong, I will get 7-band score. Okay. Now tell me, is getting 30 questions correct a very difficult task? Yes or no? Right? It's not a difficult task. It's not at all a difficult task if you have the correct strategy in place, that what kind of questions do I have to attempt first, which questions do I have to attempt later on. Okay. Now, if you will start to attempt the questions, the easy questions first, or if you start on the difficult questions later on, that's totally based on your own strategy and something that we will develop with you over the time, when you will be learning with us, or if you learn with us, or we will share some strategies with you as well. Okay. Paramjot, reading is not difficult. I will tell you one very important thing why students find reading difficult. Because most of the IELTS coachings are teaching you tricks and secrets and some kind of nuskas. Guys, nothing works. The only thing works is your comprehension of reading. Don't rush after tips, don't rush after tricks. Rush after how do you comprehend the content, how do you comprehend the text. All right, we try to find, for example, in case of match the headings questions, right? There's a question, and once you look at the question, you are like that, okay, ये question तो ना पहली दो lines या last दो lines में होगा. अब हमें उस first two lines और last two lines में तो question answer मिलता नहीं, right? We are unable to find the answer in the first two and the last two lines, and then we say that it is very difficult. Okay, don't worry, there are many strategies, there are many methods, I would say, not tips and tricks. There are many methods that you can follow and you can improve your IELTS score. Okay, we'll come to that in a while. All right, so Sanjita ma'am will be discussing all these with you, don't worry. Moving on to listening. So what score do you need to get 7-band score? Yet again, you need 30 to 31 correct. All right. If you want to get a 7-band score in your IELTS listening test, you need to get 30 to 31 correct. You have a margin for error of 10 questions. Okay. IELTS listening is the easiest test if you can focus. If you can concentrate, if you can focus, you can easily get more than 7 bands in IELTS listening, and it can be that module that can boost your score. Okay, so for the students who are targeting Canada, as you know that if you want to apply your visa under STS category, you need to get overall 6.5 bands, right? And no band less than 6. So even if you are getting 6, 6, 6 in the other modules and you get a 7 in your listening, you will be able to get a 6.5. So in fact, if I actually tell you all the students who are targeting IELTS academic for Canada, you need to get 7 in your IELTS listening. Otherwise, it will be difficult. Prashant, for Germany, the things are totally different. For UK, MISPA, the module requirements is very less. Okay, so even if you manage to get 5.56, it's more than enough. We will discuss all the queries later on. Okay, US, UK, Canada, Germany, we will discuss all these later on. Okay. Okay, done. Now, tell me one thing. If I have to get a 7-band score in my reading, I am getting 30 to 32 questions correct. If I have to get a 7-band score in my listening, I am getting 30 to 31 questions correct. But if I have to get a 7-band score in my writing, tell me how many questions do I need to get correct? Or how should I get a 7-band score in my writing? Tell me. Right. Okay. There is no such question marking in case of writing. Okay. Writing and speaking are two subjective tests. All right. Listening and reading are two objective tests. That means that you manage, if you get these many number of questions right, you will get a very good score in your listening and reading. But if you want to get a high score in your writing, you have to fulfill 4 parameters. Okay, you have to fulfill 4 parameters. What are those 4 parameters?
Good, Aman.
Number one, number, oh wait, this is for speaking, I guess. Just hold on a second, guys. There's a small error here. Okay, so to get the,
Harit, it's for writing is there in the next one, next slide.
no, that's for speaking itself. I think we made an error. So sorry, we made a small error in the presentation with so many people. All right. So now I will be opening the official IELTS website. Okay. And I will be showing you those exact parameters on which the IELTS examiners evaluate you. Okay. These are those 4 parameters on which the IELTS examiner will be checking you, and he will be giving you a band score on each one of these. Okay. What are they? Task achievement, coherence and cohesion, lexical resource, grammatical range and accuracy. Okay. What are they? The examiner will be, sorry, Sanjita will be discussing them in detail after my presentation is over. Okay. But I want to show you something amazing. Okay. Now, this particular, I want to show this thing only after turning off the recording. So this is a very, very big secret that we are going to share with you today. Okay. Focus and just resume the recording, and it's done. Coming back to the screen. Okay, great. Now coming to IELTS speaking, right? So for speaking, there are 4 parameters: fluency and coherence, lexical resource, grammatical range and accuracy, and pronunciation. Chalo, someone tell me, what does it mean by being fluent? हम सबको पता ना इंग्लिश में फ्लुएंट होना चाहिए, इंग्लिश में फ्लुएंट होना चाहिए. What does it mean by being fluent? Fahim, you will get a recording in the email. Okay, ठीक है. So let's understand fluency in the exact definition given by IELTS. What does it mean? Speaks at length without noticeable effort or loss of coherence, right? Speaks at length without noticeable effort or loss of coherence. It means that आप लंबे टाइम के लिए बोल सकते हो बिना अपनी स्पीच को कोहेरेंस लूज किए, बिना अपनी स्पीच की कोहेरेंस लूज किए. कोहेरेंस क्या होती है ना? चलो मैं अब आपसे, अगर मान लो वेबिनार में ऐसे लूं आपका, दैट गाइस टुडे वी विल बी स्टडीइंग अबाउट आइल्स, और मम्मा आपका क्या हाल चाल है, ठीक हो मम्मी आप? चलो दोस्तों आज मैं पानी पीने लगा हूं. तो दोस्तों अब मैं आपसे वोकैबुलरी की बात कर लूंगा. तो पता है मैं चंडीगढ़ में रहता हूँ, यहाँ ना बारिश बहुत अच्छी हो रही है, बारिश बहुत अच्छी हो रही है. चलो वापस आते हैं, अब आइल्स की बात कर लेते हैं. कुछ समझ आया? Did you understand anything? कुछ नहीं समझ आया ना? ना तो आपको पता लगा, मैं ना तो आपको you didn't understand a single thing, right? Didn't understand कुछ भी हो रहा था यहाँ पर, right? I was talking about one thing, then I was talking about another thing, then I was talking about third thing. This was totally non-coherent. Okay, coherence means when you have a logical and natural flow of your speech. Okay, when the question, whatever you're speaking is related to the question, and you are speaking that logically in proper order. Okay, that is what is known as coherence. And speaking at length means that you have to speak long enough. In IELTS, there's, in case of speaking part 1, there are some interview questions, introductory questions. The examiner might ask you that, what do you do, right? One way to answer it is, I work as a teacher. है ना? One way to answer this is, I work as a teacher. Okay. Second way to answer this is, I work as a teacher. I really love what I do. Currently, I am totally into online teaching. Which one is better? किसको मिलेंगे 5, किसको मिलेंगे 7? किसको मिलेंगे 5, किसको मिलेंगे 7? 100% second one, right? What is the reason behind that? I am speaking at length. तो as far as speaking is concerned, सबसे जरूरी चीज है कि आपको you have to speak at length. You have to speak long enough. You cannot speak small one word, two word sentences. Speak long enough. Even in the very first question that is asked to you is that what is your name? Rather than saying Harit, like my name is Harit, say my name is Harit Mehta, but you can just call me Harit. Okay, always speak long enough. 2 sentences, 3 sentences. Rakesh, do not, it is not about beating around the bush. This is an English test. Okay, मेरे ना एक ध्यान से बात समझना सारे. आपका ये इंग्लिश स्पीकिंग का टेस्ट है. दिस इज अ टेस्ट ऑफ योर इंग्लिश स्पीकिंग, राइट? यू हैव सम, लाइक आई हैव सम इंग्लिश स्पीकिंग स्किल्स, but I am going to sit in front of the examiner for 10 minutes. I have to show all the skills that I have in those 10 minutes. So if you will not speak long enough, how will you show your skills? So this is something that I tell my students, right? You have to consider your IELTS speaking test as your ex-girlfriend's or your ex-boyfriend's birthday party. ठीक है? Consider the IELTS speaking test to be your ex-girlfriend's birthday party and you have bought a Rolex watch. Okay? Now you are rich and you have bought a Rolex watch. Okay? अब मुझे honestly tell me one thing, right? Tell me one thing. If you have bought a Rolex watch, would you keep that Rolex watch at home or would you wear that at your ex-girlfriend's party? Yes or no? Would you wear that or not? You would wear that, na? You want to show that, right? I have bought my Rolex watch. So your English skills are just like that Rolex watch. If you would keep them at your home, how will the examiner know that you have them, right? And if you won't wear that Rolex watch, अपनी ex को सड़ाओगे कैसे? Right? That's the purpose. How will you make your ex jealous, right? So okay, so it's very important to show as much as you have in those 10 minutes. Cool? Done. So that is why you have to speak at length. When you're speaking at length, you are showing off. जैसे अब होता पता है क्या, जब Rolex watch डाल के ex girlfriend की पार्टी में जाओगे ना, generally तो आप एक बार टाइम चेक करते हो, वहां 20 बार टाइम चेक करोगे. 100%. You will check the time 20 times. Yes or no? मैं तो करूंगा. मैं तो छोड़ू ना, मैं तो हर 1 मिनट मैं तो ऐसे ही रहूं, right?
Harit, we have some English, some people who don't understand Hindi.
Right. So sorry guys, so sorry. So to the non-Hindi speaking, to the non-Punjabi speaking audience, what I wanted to say is that you will be checking your Rolex watch again and again and again, right? So the same way in case of your IELTS speaking, you have to show your English speaking skills. Okay. For that, try to speak as much as possible. Try to show off thoda, right? That would give you the band score. Okay. Great. Now, finally, moving on to the next parameter, which is lexical resource. Okay? Lexical resource, best and the simplest tip that I can give you is do not repeat words from the question. Do not repeat words from the question. What does that mean? Examiner asks me a question, what is your job? How do we start answering like that? We start answering like, my job is a teacher, okay? Or for example, what is your profession? My profession is, no. Let's paraphrase it. What is your job? I work as a teacher. Understood what I did there? I paraphrase the question and it's very easy. Examiner asks you, where do you live? Okay, where do you live? I come from Chandigarh. The examiner asks you, do you like your job? I love my job. That's a bad answer. Okay, I love my job. No, the correct way to answer it is, what is your, do you love your job? I absolutely love what I do. Understood? That is how you have to answer part 1 questions, just giving you some tips for the part 1 questions for lexical resources. Understood? Write down a yes, then I will give you some more tips for lexical resources. right? Very good. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Great. Next tip. मैं सुनना चाहता था ये बहुत सारे yes 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 yes. मैं चाहता था कि आप सब yes लिखो. Thanks a lot, right? So you guys, all of you guys wrote yes 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 yes. In IELTS speaking, there would be many instances when your answer would be starting with a yes. Okay, when you would start your answer with a simple yes. For example, question आएगा that do you like to live in Chandigarh? Yes, I like to live in Chandigarh. Do you like your job? Yes, I like my job. Do you want to go to Canada? Yes, I want to go to Canada. Yes, 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 right? Yes will be coming so many times. Chalo, let's learn 5 words that we can speak instead of yes. मैं बोलूंगा आप लिखोगे. All right? Word number 1, absolutely. Write it down. Absolutely. Do you like your job? Absolutely. I really love what I do. Is this a better answer? Or do you like your job? Yes, I like my job. Which is better? Obviously, the first one. 1, absolutely. Word number 2, surely. Word number 2, surely. Word number 3, definitely. Word number 3, definitely. Word number 4, or basically phrase number 4, of course. Obviously is not a good word. I will tell you why. Obviously is number 1, a very rude word. Okay. Obviously is not to be used in formal settings. Obviously is a rude word, and obviously means when you are talking about a concept. Okay. For example, if I say is 2 plus 2 4, you can say obviously. Obviously is not a good word. Avoid that in case of part 1. Particularly, you can use that in part 2. For example, this is obvious, that is obvious, etc., etc. Absolutely, certainly, definitely, surely. Now, finally, the no mehek, you should not be using informal phrases and slangs in case of IELTS speaking. It's in a formal setting. You should also not be, I will talk about a few more things in pronunciation. Okay, done. Fifth word. Many times the examiner asks you, do you think? Particularly in case of part 3 questions, right? Part 1, part 2, part 3, 3 parts hote hain. Part 1 interview questions, part 2 is a speech, a long turn, a cue card, part 3 is discussion round. There would be a question, do you think? Whenever you think, do you think, you would say undoubtedly. Very good, Srishti. You would say undoubtedly. Undoubtedly. Okay? Undoubtedly का मतलब होता है कोई शक नहीं. कोई शक नहीं. आपको लगता है ये? कोई शक नहीं. Okay? Do you think? Undoubtedly. कोई doubt ही नहीं. All right? 100%. Getting it? So use these 5 words instead of the simple yes, 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 undoubtedly, surely, definitely. Okay? Absolutely. This will improve your lexical resource. When you will use these kind of words, you will show it to the examiner that I am having different words for the same word, right? You are showing your range of vocabulary. Just give me a second. Let me have water. And water is water. You need not use any complicated words for water. You need not say I'm having H2O. कोई फायदा नहीं, ठीक है? और क्या चाहिए यार? विनोद पागल कर दिए विनोद ने.
All right, so there's a good question asked by Siddhant. He's asking, should I try to mimic the different accents, British, American, and all of that? That's something that you should not be doing at any cost. Be as natural as possible. They're not scoring you based on your accent. They're scoring you based on your pronunciation. So
Okay.
instead of trying to mimic
Who asked this question?
accents, it's better that you focus on the pronunciation.
Who asked this question?
Sorry?
Who asked this question?
Siddhant.
Siddhant. Siddhant, speaking 8 in GT, speaking 8 in academic with my proud Desi accent. Okay? This is my Desi Indian accent. Although I can't speak in any accent that I want me to do, but I do not want to fake it. मेरे को पता है वो मजाक लगता है, right? जो कहते हैं ना बांदर वर्गी लग रही होंगी जो तुम्हें बोल रहे होना होगा, right? So you have to speak in your accent the way you are comfortable. All right. So particularly there are a lot of students from Punjab, if I talk about it, they try to speak in an accent like this. Doesn't matter. Does not matter. Okay. Just be focused on how what you speak. Do not focus on your accent. Okay. Pratham, avoid using slangs of any kind. Okay, slangs of any form. Yeah, do not use a fake accent. Not at all. Not at all. Manpreet, see, the thing is that do it, but do not do it in IELTS. Okay, the IELTS examiner will find a lot of pronunciation errors if you try to deviate away from your natural accent. Okay, now if you will try to speak in a particular accent, the examiner would be interested in checking your pronunciation on that accent, and that is where you would mess up the things. So do not fake the accent, not at all. Okay, please do not do it. I have seen many students who are very good who lost their score because when you are sitting in front of the examiner, you're already very stressed, right? So give your brain the space to think about answers, not to focus on the accent. That doesn't matter. It is not a parameter at all. All right. Yeah, Ketki, you should always make a story. That is something that we will learn in the classes, not in this webinar. It's like, it's a very, very long process. Okay. Finally, the third parameter is grammatical range and accuracy. Okay. Grammatical range and accuracy. Grammatical accuracy, we should say would not. We should not say won't. We should say would not. We should avoid, wait. I'm talking about speaking right now. You should say won't. In case of speaking, you should use contractions. In case of writing, you should not use contractions. Okay. In case of speaking, use contractions. In case of writing, don't use contractions. Okay. I'm just writing it down. All right. Please explain the use of undoubtedly. Okay. Parth, undoubtedly का मतलब है कोई शक नहीं. Okay. There's no doubt about it. So if the examiner asks you, do you think that this is good? Do you think that that is good? Then undoubtedly. Okay. Undoubtedly. Lekha, it doesn't matter. It will not matter. Use colors, COLUR. The examiner knows that your first language is Hindi. Okay. So there are some people who, when filling up their IELTS test, they choose their first language as English. Okay. Always choose the first language as whatever your language is. Do not fake it. It will create problems otherwise. Manpreet, I think this lecture is going to continue for 45 to 50 more minutes. Okay. Mohammed, for example, let's say that the examiner asks, do you think that Canada is a better country than India? Undoubtedly, there are many benefits of living in Canada over India. Okay. Do you think? Koi shak nahi. Yeah, you can use pretty much, but pretty much is getting in an informal slang. If you are out of everything, then you can use it, but avoid using it. Okay. It's an informal slang. Pretty much is not formal. Words instead of no. Very good question, Razeen. Very good. Perfect. So clapping for Razeen. Good question. Okay. Instead of saying absolutely, say absolutely not. Instead of saying surely, say surely not. Instead of saying definitely, say definitely not. But with undoubtedly, it would be undoubtedly no. Of course not. Okay. Right. Perfect. Moving on to the third parameter, that is grammatical range and accuracy. What is grammatical accuracy? What is grammatical range? Grammatical accuracy, do not make grammatical errors. In plain simple words, do not make grammatical errors. Try to use the words, the structures that you are sure about, in which you will maintain your accuracy. Okay. Do not make grammatical errors. But what is grammatical range? Grammatical range is yet again 50% of the parameter of grammatical range and accuracy. Okay. You have to use various forms of sentences. Do you know there are many types of complex sentences? Interrogative sentence, subordinate clause, exclamatory sentence. Okay. Then you have, there are almost 8 types of, there are subordinating conjunctions. Okay. There are 8 types of grammatical sentences that you should try to use. Okay. So are you guys ready to use one new grammatical tool today? Right? Ready? Then I will teach you. Right? Ready? Ready. Come on. I want 100 readies. Yeah. So today I am going to teach you the usage of subordinate clause. Okay, it's a very, very nice tool. You should use it, and it will definitely give a huge boost to your writing, to your speaking, and overall your day-to-day English as well. Okay, chalo, let's learn it. Wait, सबसे पहले ये जो बना हुआ है मैं ये हटा दूं. Done. Cool. So first of all, tell me, can anyone tell me what is a clause? Clause क्या होता है? Center clause क्या होता है clause? What is a clause? You will get the recording of the class. Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. You will get an email for sure. My promise. Father bhai ka, ठीक है? चलो, what's a clause? Very good. Part of the sentence, right? Abhishri is saying it's a part of the sentence, and it's absolutely right. Clause is also known as the basic building block of English language. Okay, basic building block of any sentence in English language. Clause, ठीक है? For example, अगर मैं यहाँ पर लिखूं, it is raining outside. ये क्या है? ये एक clause है. This is a clause. All right. This is a clause. Understood? This is a proper sentence although as well, but this is also a clause. Okay. Now let me backspace it. Okay. Let me backspace it. Let me write down something. Now, in a yes, you will get the recording of the whole class. Now focus here. Come on, join. Okay. Although it is raining outside. Yes ya no mein, tell me in a yes or no, does it make any sense? Does it have a meaning? Some people have said yes, and most of them have said no, right? This particular these selection of words in highlighted form have no meaning, है ना? But if I write, अब बताओ, now does it have a meaning? Now does it have a meaning? अरे क्यों नहीं? Why does it have a meaning now? When you look at the whole sentence, now does it have its own meaning? Now अब इसको एक meaning मिल गया. Oh, sorry. Okay, wait. Now tell me. Apologies, I wrote that down wrong in excitement. हाँ, अब बताओ, अब इसका एक meaning बन गया? Now does it have a meaning? Right, it has a meaning now. Okay, so what is a subordinate clause? Subordinate clause is that clause which is dependent on another clause. Subordinate क्या होता है? हम सबके, for example, the people who are working, there are some subordinates who work under us, right? So there are some people who depend on us, है ना? You depend on our boss. You're subordinate to him. Okay. So subordinate clause, that clause which is dependent on another clause. तो मुझे बताओ इसमें से subordinate clause कौन सा है? ये है या ये है? One or two? What is the subordinate clause here? It is one. ठीक है? क्योंकि अगर मैं यहां से इसको हटा दूं, अब इसका कुछ मीनिंग नहीं है ना? This doesn't have a meaning independently, right? This thing doesn't have a meaning independently. Okay. But if I put it here, now it has a meaning. So this is dependent on this. Wait, let me draw it for you. This is dependent on this. So this is a subordinate clause. Okay. This is a very good grammatical tool to use. Subordinate clause is always used to speak something contrasting. Okay. For example, let's say I say, let's say in case of your IELTS test, the examiner asks you, what is your favorite dish? Okay, what is your favorite dish? How would you answer that? Although I love to eat everything, Rajma Chawal are my favorite. Understood? Although I love to eat everything. Yeah. Although I love to eat everything, Rajma Chawal are my favorite.
Let's make it pizza.
Yeah, let's make it pizza. Okay. Pizza is my favorite. Pizza is my, because Rajma Chawal is a dish. Okay. Rajma Chawal. Oh, Rajma Chawal is my favorite. Actually, Hindi English confusion. Let's say pizza to clear it. Rajma Chawal is emotion. All right. Okay. Understood what a subordinate clause is? Yes. Yes or no? Quick. But particularly, how do you use that? Done? Perfect. Use this in your speaking. Okay. Use this in your speaking and it will considerably improve your grammatical range. Okay. Very easy to use. Whenever the examiner asks you about something favorite, na, what is your favorite city? Although I love all cities, Chandigarh is my favorite. Okay. Yeah, perfect. Perfect, Pranali. Although there are many dishes, I like pizza. Perfect. I'm not getting your query, Chandu. But is also subordinating conjunction. Yeah. I've changed it to pizza. Forget Rajma Chawal. I've changed it to pizza. Okay. Okay. That's all right. I do not want to get into the basics of grammar in this class, right? We are limited on time. So we will be moving on to the next parameter now, which is pronunciation. Okay. Which is pronunciation. Now, what does pronunciation mean? Pronunciation does not mean accent. First thing, pronunciation does not mean accent. Pronunciation means how you pronounce the words, and second thing is your intonation. Okay. What's intonation? Intonation is how you speak, how you go up and down, up and down, up and down while you are speaking. Okay. So for example, let me give you an example. If I am speaking like this, today I'm going to take an IELTS webinar. All right. And second way is, today I'm going to take an IELTS webinar. Which one is better? The way you stress on certain words, right? Now, to we are somewhat limited on time, so I am quickly going to give you a small tip that you can follow to improve your intonation. Okay, then I have to hand over the session to Sanjita. Cool. So in case of English, there are two types of words. Okay, the first are structure words, the second are content words. Structure words, content words. Okay, I will quickly write down a sentence for you. Today I am going to take an IELTS webinar. Okay. What are the content words here? Today is content word. I is content word. Am is content word. Going is content word. To is structure word. Take is content word. An is structure word. IELTS webinar is content word. Okay. You should stress on the content words and you should lower down your tone on the structure words. Today, I am going to take an IELTS webinar. You see how the to and the and are very, like I am not stressing on them in plain simple words. All right, but I'm stressing on today, I am going to take an IELTS webinar. So to and come and go fast, but the other words are, they are spoken properly and with stress. Do this. Second thing, whenever you speak an interrogative sentence. Interrogative sentence means a sentence that ends with a question mark. Okay? The tone is like this. It should end at a high tone. Okay? Whenever you speak an interrogative sentence, your tone should end here. Okay? What is your name? What is your name? What is your name? Understood how the tone has to end high. Okay. And whenever you have to speak an exclamatory sentence, the tone has to go up, then it has to come down. Okay. The tone has to go up, then it has to come down. For example, today is a wonderful day. Day. Okay. Today is a wonderful day. So the tone goes up and then the tone comes down. All right. Now, to be very honest, if you guys are thinking of taking the IELTS test in a couple of weeks, days, months, you cannot learn this quickly. Okay. But these are just some tips that I'm giving you for later on as well, because, you know, taking IELTS, clearing it is easy. नई country में जाके settle होना is difficult, right? So it is very important that you improve on your communication and interpersonal skills. So this will definitely help you a lot. Okay. So now guys, my session was till here. I want a feedback from you guys. How did you like this session? So till here, how did you like this? On a scale of 1 to 10, चलो मुझे number दो आज. On a scale of 1 to 10, मुझे marks दो. All right, perfect. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Okay, great. Now, before I go, I want to tell you guys about something. Okay, then I will be giving the session to Sanjita, and Sanjita will be elaborating it in more detail. So, if I actually tell you guys, honestly, I have taken coaching from Sanjita. Okay. So the ma'am who will be taking your session now, she is the one who has taught me. She is the one who helped me get my scores. So she can definitely help many more get them. And she has helped more than 2,000 students across the globe help the desired score. Okay. She has students from US, UK, Canada, New Zealand, Australia, the people who want to take the IELTS GT, want a high score. So like, and it is very difficult to get classes from her, if I honestly tell you. Okay. Even during my test on 2nd of August, I used to send her an essay and I used to tell her, ma'am, please check kar do. बहुत नखरे थे. Right? So she's very busy, but okay, she does the job well. So before I go, I want to tell you guys about a Super 50 batch for IELTS Academic that we are starting from the coming first. Okay. What is the speciality of the Super 50 batch? Number one, it will be having only 50 serious students who have the target of overall 6.5 bands and above. सिर्फ वो स्टूडेंट्स जो बहुत सीरियस हैं अपने आइल्स को लेके, कि जिनको पता है यार मेरे को स्कोर करना ही करना है, that this is my chance, I have to get a good score. Those people will be working together in a community to work together and get the IELTS score that they want, that is overall 6.5 bands and above. Okay. We guarantee you an improvement. Okay. I hope that after attending my session, you can see that, you know, there are some ways, there's some strategies through which we teach. It definitely gives you a lot of, you know, improvement through actionable steps. We don't believe in giving you tips like that. Example, then pani pi lena. No. सबको पता है पानी पीना है, right? Everyone knows that you have to drink water on the exam day. But what we will give you is actionable tips, actionable strategies, those things that you can take from us, go implement and get the desired result. Okay. Live classes, not recorded video classes. We believe that right now, like we are teaching you, interaction ho rahi hai. Right now there are 400 students in the class, so we are not able to answer all of them. Okay. But when there are 50 students, it's our guarantee to answer the queries of each one of you. You will get 96 practice tests. आपको 14 PDF books मिलेंगे with 4 tests in each. Okay, 96 practice tests. There will be 2 speaking mock tests with me or with another trainer who has trained under me, but most likely with me. I will be taking your speaking mock test and I will be giving you tips on how to improve. Okay, you will get the most authentic study material shared by British Council. कोई बकवास नहीं, no rubbish. Things that have come from the most legit source. Okay. And the IELTS examiners checklist that we showed you, we will be training you on that. Okay. You will be trained on that. The fee for the course is transparent. It is rupees 6,000, but for the next 12 hours, it is rupees 4,000. Okay. For the next 12 hours, the fee for this course is rupees 4,000. I will be dropping an SMS to all of you with the link to enroll into this course. You can just go there, pay the fee, and then you will be added to the WhatsApp group with the 50 serious students who we are talking about, and we all will work together to get the most perfect IELTS score that we want. Okay, so from here, I will be handing over the session to Sanjita, and I will be dropping the message to all of you, and then you can think of enrolling into the course. So this session will be for 1 month. Okay, more than 1 month. It would be around 35 days. The session would last for 35 days. Shanvire, I can speak in Punjabi, but meri gal samjho, when you are listening to us in English now, you are also improving your overall English. Okay, je aapa classes bhi Punjabi ch karange na, to aap Punjabi ch reh jayenge, right? We have to learn English properly. Ketki, we will be checking at least 5 to 6 essays of each student, but beyond that, there will be a WhatsApp group in which there will be peer review, and we can help each of you evaluate each other. And overall, I think every student will get 10 to 15 essays checked. मैं झूठ नहीं बोलूंगा, 10 to 15 essays would be enough. Yes, Pooja, this is for absolute beginners as well as intermediates. Okay, everyone. Yeah, so this course will be running every day 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Okay, 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Pranav, British Council or IDP, they both are absolutely the same. दोनों में कोई difference नहीं है. Okay, the examiners are trained by Cambridge University Press. The exams are prepared by Cambridge, sorry, not Cambridge University Press, Cambridge University ESOL. The exams are prepared by Cambridge University ESOL. It's absolutely the same. Examiners की training भी same है, examiners की checking भी same है. सिर्फ और सिर्फ भ्रम है कि BC से पेपर दिया मेरे बैंड्स आ गए, मेरा IDP से पेपर दिया मेरे बैंड्स आ गए. All right, and there are many students who say that, you know, sir, I want to take the test in Bathinda instead of Chandigarh. I will get a good result. No, all the question papers come to a central checking unit. Okay, so no difference. Bathinda to do, Toronto to do, Brampton to do, Vancouver to do, jitho marzi do, the score is going to be same. All right. Okay, perfect. Great. So I will be dropping an SMS in 5 minutes where you will be having the link to enroll. You guys can go and enroll there. Okay. So yeah, Parth. So Sanjita, all yours. Please continue, and all the very best, guys. I will be meeting you guys in the end. So all those people who want to discuss their colleges, who want to discuss visas, who want to discuss anything like this, in the end, I will be there. Let me tell you, I represent more than 800 Canadian colleges and universities. कोई भी college हो, Seneca, Centennial, Conestoga, Canadore, St. Clair. We have some universities as well: Ryerson University, University of Victoria, Lethbridge University, Algoma University, Sioux College. Any college, any university, we represent them. Okay, so I can discuss your profiles with you at the end of this session. But for now, to continue the agenda, Sanjita.
Thank you so much, Harit, for such a lovely session. And people really don't want you to leave. So stay tuned, stay here so that they can listen to more of you talking and more of you explaining of different concepts that are required in the IELTS test. So just make me the host so that I can share my slideshow.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. Just give me 1 second.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. My name is Sanjita, and I'm a certified IELTS trainer. I'm also a Canadian PR, so I've gone through this process myself. I've secured more than 8,777 in my IELTS test as well. So, good evening. Good evening. Okay, so I would want you to vote first of all. Do you want me to elaborate on the concepts, or do you want to straight away start with Q&A round? Do you want me to answer your questions, or should I explain about the rest of the modules that are left? All right, I give you a minute to quickly write down your replies so that we can understand what most of you want. All right, so I'll do a thing. I'll quickly give the concepts for most of the modules that are left out, and then we'll quickly move on to the, yeah, can you guys see my screen? Is it visible? All right, so Harit covered the speaking part majorly. I'll move on to the writing scoring parameters. So your writing is also scored in a similar manner to that of your speaking. So speaking had 4 parameters on which you were judged and assessed. Similarly, your writing has 4 parameters on which you're assessed. When it comes to your listening and reading, these 2 modules are similar to each other. Both of them are objective in nature. Listening as well as reading have 40 questions each. And out of those 40 questions, the number of correct answers that you get, correspondingly you'll get a band score similar to this case. So here.
Sanita, can you please zoom in? The students are asking. Or just enable.
I'm doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so here, just like Harit mentioned, I'm just quickly giving you a review to that. In case of reading as well as your listening, there are 40 questions in total. And if you get these number of correct answers, you will get the corresponding score here. And similar is the case with your reading. So these 2 modules are objective in nature, whereas your writing and your speaking are subjective in nature. So subjective means there's no specific scoring that will help you in knowing how many band scores you will get. It's subjective on the examiner, but we know the standardized parameters that the examiners use, and if we follow those parameters, we can definitely score our desired band scores of 7 or plus, right? So the first one in case of your writing is task achievement or task response. These 2 are similar to each other. The second parameter is coherence and cohesion. The third one is lexical resource, and the last one is grammatical range and accuracy. Before I get into this, since 80% of you are new to I'm sorry, I was reading the comment. Okay, are new to IELTS. So the thing is, there are 2 tasks in your writing section. Task 1 is a report writing. You will be given a diagram, a pie chart, or a bar graph, and you have to interpret it and write down an answer of about 150 words. And the task 2 that you have is that you have to write an essay and you have to write it in 250 words. You have to complete both task 1 and task 2 in 1 hour. For task 1, which is the report writing, you get 20 minutes to complete it, and for the task 2, which is your essay writing, you get about 40 minutes to complete it. Okay, so task achievement or task response, basically the very first parameter on which they're assessing you on is your task achievement or task response. In case of the task 1, it's called the task achievement. What does it exactly mean by task achievement? Task achievement basically is whether you're answering to the question at hand or not. Are you presenting accurate information? Are you providing an overview? Are you highlighting the key features and stages and supporting details with data? So whatever you're writing, are you substantiating your answers or opinion with supporting statements, ideas, and examples or not? Similar is the case with your task response or task 2. In your essay, whatever ideas you're thinking of, are you elaborating those ideas properly? Are you in a position to tell the examiner what you're thinking? Your expression should be smooth enough so that whatever you're thinking goes into your writing. So a lot of students are asking questions about the course. So I think I'll cover that first. So if you guys really want to know about the course, instead of this writing scoring parameter, then we'll move on to that, because whatever you demand is what we give you. So yeah. Okay. So this is the Super 50 batch, and Harit mentioned about this, so you're aware of all these things. Apart from that, how do we go about it? First of all, this course is for 1 month. Somebody in the chat box asked about it. And how will we cover the listening and reading in the course? So first of all, we'll be covering the basics. We'll be telling you the basic format, how many questions are asked, the time limit, what are the tips and strategies on a generic level that can be used in the entire reading test. So firstly, we'll be covering this. Then we'll be solving the test during the session. So we will be solving one complete test during the session, and we will be telling you the strategies and tips that can be used during the session itself. After that, we'll be giving you practice tests as homework on a daily basis for both listening and reading. You will have to practice at home and send it to us. Send your answers to us, or you can just tell us out of 40 how many correct answers were there or how many incorrect answers were there, and then accordingly we'll assess your homework and give you the feedback, and this way we'll be revising the strategies. So it's a very comprehensive approach. First of all, we'll focus on the theory part. We'll be focusing on the basics. We'll be giving you the strategies and tips. Then we'll be showcasing or solving those tests during our session, which will be the practical approach. And then we'll be giving you homework. You have to complete your homework, and then we'll be giving you the feedback or assessment of that homework. So this is how your listening and reading would be covered in the 1 month course that we talked about. Structure for writing. Now, structure for writing, how are we going to cover the writing? So first of all, we'll be covering the basics. Yet again, we'll first focus on the theoretical part, then we'll come to the practical approach. So it's a balance of both theory and practical. So covering the basics, we'll tell you what are the different types of report writing, what are the different types of essay writing, and then we'll be telling you how each of them has to be structured. Then you will learn how to write the different parts of task 1 and task 2, which would include dedicated sessions for introduction, body paragraphs, and conclusion. One thing that's missing in the slide is your brainstorming session, wherein we'll be discussing idea generation. A lot of you guys also struggle with the generation of ideas, so we'll be helping you out with that as well. And practice tests as homework. Of course, without any practice, you cannot score more than 6 band scores. And here our aim is to achieve at least 6.5 or 7. Therefore, it becomes inevitable that we focus on practicing a lot. So the process would be learning during the session, implementing that learning in your practice sessions, getting your homework assessed, and ultimately taking the feedback on your homework. And this way you will be revising the strategies that were discussed in the class in the beginning, where we covered all the basics. So this is how your writing will be covered. It will cover your introduction, body paragraphs, conclusion, all the 4 parameters, task, response, cohesion, coherence, lexical resources, which in fact includes vocabulary. And Harit very well mentioned that vocabulary is not the only thing that you have to focus when you're preparing for the IELTS test. Yes, it is important, but there are other things also that you need to focus on in spite of just focusing on your vocabulary.
All right, guys, there's a very small confusion that IELTS academic or IELTS general training. Guys, if you are going for studying abroad, you have to take IELTS academic. If you are going for IELTS general, so if you are going for your permanent residency, if you are applying for your PR, if you are filing for the PR, you have to take IELTS general training. Okay. Okay, so Simranjeet is saying how you will be managing 1 hour and 30 minutes of class when it requires 4 to 6 hours of practice. Simran, practice at your own time, right? What you have to practice on your own. We will give you enough practice tests, practice on your own, but in the class, learn the strategy, learn the methods, but then practice in your own time. Okay, 1.5 hours. Yeah, practice at your home. So what happens is that, students go to institutes and then keep sitting there for 6 hours and keep practicing tests. So keep practicing them at your home and learn the strategies in the class, right? Yuvraj, you can get your PR after you complete your studies there. Niharika, it would be a bit longer than 30 days. I think the course would be complete in 35 days.
And when it comes to the speaking part, we will yet again cover the basics. Some of them have been discussed by Harit during this webinar. So basically, those are just the starting points. We will be building upon whatever Harit has taught you, and we will be using them in our speaking in a very practical manner. We'll be telling you how the strategies, some of them which were discussed today, can be implemented and used in your round 1, round 2, and round 3. Basically, there are 3 parts in your speaking test, and each of them have slightly different strategy, though majorly it has one general strategy that can be followed throughout your speaking test. But in each one of the rounds, you can use a different technique. So we'll be training you for that technique, so that you focus on all the 4 parameters: fluency, coherence, pronunciation, lexical resources, and grammatical range and accuracy. So we'll be training you for that. So we'll be covering the basics, then we'll be sharing the strategies for each part of the speaking test. Then we'll have dedicated sessions for cue card round. This is one of the most dreaded, or this is one of the rounds which students are most afraid of. So dreaded, if most of you don't know what the meaning is, it means afraid of this round, cue card round. Why? Because here you have to speak at a stretch for 1 to 2 minutes, for at least 1 minute, and for maximum 2 minutes. And that is where a lot of your fluency and coherence is checked. Okay, so they would check your fluency and coherence in this round. So that is the reason this round becomes very important. Assessment and feedback. Yet again, here also we'll be giving you homework, then there will be assessment, and we'll be giving you the feedback. So it's a full cycle. You learn in the class, you understand what's being taught to you, implement the strategies in your homework. Once you've implemented the strategies that you learned in the class in your homework, you submit your homework. We would assess your homework and give you the feedback on the homework. Whatever feedback you get in your homework, you have to implement for your next homework. So this is the cycle that will go on for all the 4 modules, and that is how we'll be helping you in preparing better. So it's a proper, appropriate balance of theory and practical approach. Okay, so now that we have covered how we are going to deal with all the modules, let's go back to the writing one, because a lot of people were disappointed that I shifted to the to the course discussion. So writing, they would first of all check whether you're answering to the question, whether you're answering what the question is asking you to answer, or are you deviating from the topic? Are you answering something that is not asked in the question? If that's the case, you will score a bad score in your task achievement or task response parameter. Second is your coherence and cohesion. Here, coherence and cohesion, basically, these are 2 different terms. Coherence means how well you sequence your ideas. Just like Harit gave this example wherein he asked for water, he was talking to his mother, then he introduced himself, and then he said that, you know, writing is done like this, speaking is done like this. So it was pretty haphazard. So he gave you the example of coherence. Coherence is how clear can you think? What amount of clarity of thought do you have? So your ideas or your statements in your writing as well as in your speaking should be coherent. There's supposed to be some proper sequence in them. And if there is lack of sequence, if it is haphazard, if there's no connection between 2 sentences, in that case, you will not be scored well in your coherence parameter. When it comes to the cohesion are the linking words. Linking words are the words that join 2 parts of the sentence, 2 different sentences, or 2 different paragraphs. Okay, so these are the words that connect 2 sentences, 2 paragraphs, or a sentence with itself. So words like moreover, furthermore, in addition to, on the contrary, to conclude, for example, on the other hand. These are all the examples of cohesion or cohesive devices, and we will be helping you out understand the meaning of each one of them and where they should be used during the classes or during the course. So here again, organizing information and ideas into paragraphs. This goes under coherence. Having one central idea in each paragraph, this again goes into coherence, that your ideas should be very clear in your mind, and if they're clear in your mind, they will reflect on the page. Next is using a range of linking devices. I just mentioned the examples of the linking devices. Moreover, furthermore, to recapitulate, to summarize, these are all linking words. Next, let's move on to the third parameter, which is lexical resource. This is also a parameter in your speaking here. Lexical resource, this is similar. In fact, it's exactly the same. So here you have to use a range of words and paraphrasing. So instead of repeating what you have already used, a lot of students repeat individual, 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 or they'll keep repeating people, 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 people throughout their essay. Instead of doing that, use different words. You can use words like a certain section of the society, certain individuals. If you're talking about a sports person, then don't use a person or a people. You can use sports person. If you're talking about students, you can use the term students or pupil instead of repeating yourself again and again.
Hold on a second. So, guys, there are a lot of queries, right, about the course and everything. So, I do not want that the students who are here to attend the webinar get disturbed. Okay. So, I am sharing the number. It is a WhatsApp number, and you can also call it. Okay. Just call on this number after the session is over. Okay. And Sanjita or I will be replying back to your calls or messages, and you can ask all your queries related to the course. Okay. So I have dropped that number in the message box. It's 9877714284. I have dropped it multiple times. Okay. Just save this number by the name of Prep Eve, and you can drop a WhatsApp message with all your queries and we will reply back there. And so to the students who are asking that, is this course for IELTS general training as well? No, this is only for IELTS academic. And for IELTS general training, we offer one-to-one classes in which there's only one student and one teacher. So it's very difficult to get a high score that is required in IELTS general training without personal attention, okay, without one-on-one attention. So I would recommend going for that course. You can know more about it by visiting www.prepev.com. Okay, thank you.
Harit, can you also add the educational consultancy number?
Yes. And if you guys want to consult me for your education abroad, about like which college to choose, where to go, where not to go, how to get the visa, how to get the PR, I have mentioned my number. Okay. 8264649444. Okay. 8264649444. You can always text me on this and I will help you with this. All right. All right. Continue.
All right, so that was lexical resource. Let me just. Yeah, so lexical resource basically includes wide range of vocabulary. You need to use synonyms instead of repeating words again and again, and then using collocations. So collocations are really important. As mentioned earlier, spelling mistakes, avoid them. Some silly spelling errors can be accepted, but don't overdo them. One or two can be ignored, but more than that would cause trouble. Last is avoid errors as much as possible. Grammatical range and accuracy, again, using a range of sentence structures. You need to use different kinds of sentence structures, from simple, compound, complex sentences, which we'll be teaching you about during our course. And one of the examples have been given by Harit in the webinar today, which was the although sentence. It is called a complex sentence. All right. So a complex sentence is a sentence which has a dependent clause and an independent clause. So that is an example that should be used in both your writing as well as your speaking, so that you can showcase a range of sentence structures. Then the second thing is use a range of grammar tenses. Tenses, past, present, future tense, all of these should be incorporated in your writing as well as in your speaking. Punctuation, where to put the full stop, where to put a comma, hyphen, all of that is also considered. However, this is not something that is very important. You should be particular about this, but you should not be very, very stressed out as to how to improve your punctuations. If you are making 2 or 3 mistakes, it's fine. Okay, at least make appropriate usage of full stops. That's the most basic thing that you can do, and avoid any sorts of errors. So this is about our writing. We have already covered speaking. Now let's move on to the doubts. So let's move on to the Q&A. So I'll be taking the questions. Don't fill the chat up. Ask one question at a time so that I'm able to cover it as well.
Sanjita, you can also ask them to speak if they have a mic. So you can ask them to raise their hands. So raise your hands, whosoever has a doubt, and then Sanjita.
Okay.
Colleges, universities, all those queries in the end. Hold on.
Yeah, so Ganesh wants to ask something. Yeah. Ganesh, please unmute yourself. Are you there? Okay, let's move on to Deep.
Hello.
Yeah, Ganesh.
Hello. Ma'am, I want to planning for the Germany.
That'll be taken up in the end. If you have any questions related to IELTS, you can ask right now.
Okay.
We're currently focusing only on IELTS so that we don't mix and match and we don't confuse everyone who's watching and hearing us. So it's better that we first focus just on IELTS and then we'll focus on the study visa part or the courses.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, hi Deep, tell me.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Good evening.
Sir, just I have the queries about the course related that you are providing for the Super 50.
Yeah.
Sir, I have taken one of my online classes from one institute, and I was facing a great problem in the reading section because when they were sending the copies on the PC or mobile phones, it was very difficult to cope up with that situation. So how will you resolve that solution?
Okay, so we will be giving you a lot of PDFs that you can take a printout of.
Okay.
Take a printout of the reading tests and like you will be given some assignments. So for example, let's say that today is a reading class and today we have to learn true, false, not given. Okay.
Okay.
We will send you an assignment with 15-20 sets of true, false, not given. Okay. Take a printout of that, solve them, sit in the class, then we will discuss those questions.
And please discuss some tips and tricks, or we can say some value points, how to do the reading perfectly.
Okay. So for reading, first of all, tell me what's your biggest problem?
So the biggest problem is occurring in placing the headings.
Match the headings. है ना? Chalo. Match the headings के लिए ना Deep, I will give you a very simple formula. All right. First of all, where we get wrong in match the headings is because there are 2 or 3 questions in there are 2 or 3 statements that are matching the information given in the passage. Okay.
Yeah, that's
right. Yeah. For example, there's one, like let's say that there are 6 options. Out of the 6 options, you have eliminated 4. Hai na? You eliminated 4. Now there are 2 left. Okay. There are 2 left. Now out of those 2, how do you choose it is that we will look at the newspaper. Okay. I have the newspaper with me. In case of the newspaper, can you look at the headline? एक headline है ना इसकी news की.
Yeah. Hope it number, something like that.
Daily cases stable for 2 weeks. Right. Now one. You have to understand that match the headings questions are exactly like the newspaper headings. Okay. You will be marking that option correct that talks about the whole passage, not just one part of it. Okay. Where we get wrong is that next time, whenever you are getting confused between 2 options, okay, you have to look at that option and ask yourself that is this particular heading talking about the whole passage, or is this particular heading just talking about some part of the passage? Okay. When you think it is talking about the whole passage, that is 100% the correct answer. Okay. For example, let's say in this particular paragraph, hope in numbers, daily cases stable for 2 weeks. This is the heading. Hai na? Let's read a sentence inside the article. The positivity rate touched a high of 9%. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, let's say there are 2 statements. There are 2 statements that you have to choose. First statement would be hope in numbers, daily cases stable. Second would be the cases are increasing by 9%. Okay. The mistake that we make is हम देखते हैं cases are increasing by 9%. Oh, it is written in the passage. Oh, this is the answer. Okay.
Yeah.
And that is
Okay.
really wrong. No.
Okay.
You have to find out the heading that talks about the whole passage.
Okay.
Not a
It
small
conclude
part.
about the whole. Okay.
Yeah, right. It should talk about the whole. So once you know this thing, now what I have told you, just
Mhm.
after finishing this session, sit down
Mhm.
and solve a match the headings questions and think about it like this: that is it like a headline for the whole passage or just a small part of it? Okay.
Okay.
It's more
Okay.
like newspaper heading.
Sure, sir.
Yeah. All right. Any other query?
Yeah. Can you discuss about the not given portion also?
True,
Because
false, given?
Yeah, not given only, sir. Not
Not
given.
given only. ठीक है.
Yeah, because it contradicts with the false situations also. That's why there's a.
सबसे पहले let us understand that what
Join
is
the
true.
course for that.
Uh-huh.
Ask him to join the course for that.
So okay, so I think Deep will be joining the course, but otherwise if I share the strategy with the students, okay, so true false not given is checking your knowledge of subjects and objects. Can you understand subjects and objects as it is? Okay, so in any sentence there is a subject, there is an object. All right.
Okay.
For example, Deep is attending a class. What's the subject here? Deep.
Deep, yeah.
What's
Myself,
the
yeah.
object here? Class.
Class.
Deep is attending a class is the object here. Okay.
Mhm.
Now you have to look at the question statement. You have to look at the passage.
Okay.
ठीक है, side by side मेरे पास पड़े हैं. Subject and object exists as it is. मान लो हमारी क्वेश्चन स्टेटमेंट है दीप इज अटेंडिंग आइल्स क्लास. ओके, दीप इज अटेंडिंग आइल्स क्लास. सब्जेक्ट और ऑब्जेक्ट ऐसे के ऐसे आपको पैराग्राफ में दिख रहे हैं दैट दीप इज नाउअडेज टेकिंग क्लासेस फॉर आइल्स. ओके, सब्जेक्ट और ऑब्जेक्ट इकट्ठे ऐसे के ऐसे आगे आंसर होगा ट्रू.
ओके,
डन. ओके, आंसर होगा ट्रू. अब क्वेश्चन स्टेटमेंट अगली देखते हैं. अगली क्वेश्चन स्टेटमेंट है Deep is taking GMAT classes.
Okay.
Okay. Deep is taking GMAT classes. Subject Deep सही है ना? पैराग्राफ में भी सब्जेक्ट Deep दिया हुआ है. ऑब्जेक्ट यहां पर है GMAT classes, लेकिन पैराग्राफ में है IELTS classes.
Okay.
कॉन्ट्राडिक्ट करके इंफॉर्मेशन.
Yes, sir.
जैसे ही इंफॉर्मेशन कॉन्ट्राडिक्ट करके आंसर हो जाएगा नॉट गिवन.
False. Okay, not given over here. Okay.
False. ओके, आंसर हो जाएगा फॉल्स. सब्जेक्ट जो आपका सब्जेक्ट वैसे का वैसे एग्जिस्ट कर रहा है, ऑब्जेक्ट कुछ और है. ऑलराइट, कॉन्ट्राडिक्ट करके इंफॉर्मेशन पैराग्राफ और क्वेश्चन स्टेटमेंट में आंसर हो जाएगा फॉल्स. ओके,
फॉल्स. ओके,
मूव करते हैं नॉट गिवन पे. नॉट गिवन कब होता है? पैराग्राफ में दिया हुआ है दीप इज नाउअडेज अटेंडिंग क्लासेस फॉर आइल्स. ओके, और आपकी क्वेश्चन स्टेटमेंट दी हुई है दीप इज प्लेइंग टेबल टेनिस नाउअडेज.
ओके,
ऑलराइट, यहां पर ऑब्जेक्ट कॉन्ट्राडिक्ट नहीं किया. ऑब्जेक्ट यहां पर कॉन्ट्राडिक्ट,
the thing is being different over there. Okay.
एग्जिस्ट नहीं कर रहा.
Okay.
Subject will always exist. Okay. You will always, in case of not given questions, you will see that subject always exists. Okay.
Yes.
But the object does not exist.
Okay.
The moment you find that the object does not exist, सीधा not given. The
Okay.
moment you think that the object is contradicting to the object in the question statement, false. The moment you think that the object in the paragraph, the object in the question statement are true, they both match, true.
Okay. Okay.
Right?
Thank you so much, sir. Yeah.
Right. So this is what they are checking when they are giving you true, false, not given questions.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Not an issue. Thank you. Yeah. All right. So okay, so who wants to ask queries? Let me give you the mic. Sanjita, can you make me the host? I think Sanjita has left the meeting. Yeah, Sanjita, can you make me the host?
Yeah, so Chintu can speak right now.
Yeah. Yeah, Chintu, speak.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, Chintu.
Yeah, am I audible, sir?
Yeah, you're audible.
Sir, actually, I'm already taking a coaching in other institute. It's one of
Okay.
the institute, and I will be completing this 1 week.
Hmm.
But I'm not yet satisfied with that. I want to join later, as you said, from September 1st.
Yeah.
Actually, I have completed all. I'm okay with all sessions like writing, and only I have facing some difficulties in writing and reading, or else in speaking and uh, speaking I am with okay, and listening also I'm getting more than 6.5
Okay.
like that.
Chintu,
But
so
I'm facing more difficulty in reading and writing.
our classes are very practice oriented. Okay.
But
So
you said that my query is that you haven't have any mock tests which are same like IELTS standard, which have all the modules. How many tests you are conducting according to the IELTS standard with all 4 modules?
we will be providing you with a lot of Cambridge books. Okay, so the Cambridge books are prepared by the Cambridge University, which prepares the IELTS test. So it has around 4 to 6 tests in each book, and we will be giving you 14 books of that, 15 books of that. Okay, so we will be sharing those with you. You can practice them on your own. That are actually the previous IELTS questions that have been asked. Okay, so that's the authority. There's nothing better than them.
Okay, and one more issue is that I face a lot of difficulty in comprehending the whole passages because there's a lot of passages like A to G, that is 6 to 7 passages. I'm facing a lot of difficulties to um, uh, choose the right heading for choose the right matching option for that when it comes to the first part of reading. What is the main tip that you can give to for
In
comprehending the passages, skimming and scanning like that?
skimming and scanning does not work particularly for matching the heading and matching the information.
I'm
First,
not asking about match the heading. I just first part of the reading that initially.
so which question type are you talking about? The first part of the reading and different types of questions. Which question type are you talking about?
It lasts like asking any questions like related to options ABCD, like the multiple choice questions like.
Multiple choice question. In case of multiple choice questions, I think that skimming and scanning does work. Okay, perhaps you already know the things you need to practice. That's the thing that is missing.
Yeah, they are also providing a lot of passages for a lot of reading comprehensive. They are saying that from Cambridge University, but I'm not able to comprehend those things according to their set. That is the main issue
How
that
we
I.
how we conduct the classes is that we will be practicing in the class. Okay, and we do not take the whole reading together. We conduct them one by one. For example, we will pick up true false not given. Today's class is about true false not given. First we will teach you the strategy. Once we have taught you the strategy, we will be practicing at least 7-8 sets of true false not given. Okay.
Okay. And the most difficult situation that I'm facing is I'm not able to complete within time, that 40 minutes of time. I'm
For
not able
that, you have to follow 3-2-1 strategy. Part 3 first, part 2 then part 1.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you. I'm looking for your classes in near.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely not an issue. Okay, so someone is asking how to get rid of crutch words, right? So to get rid of crutch words, the very simple strategy is that you should somewhat create a record. Okay, so how, for example, whenever I used to do a lot of right, so whenever I used to do an I used to write, create that, what do we call them, that is to, tick mark that, okay, today you did for 40 times, to next day I did for 50 times, next day I did for 30 times. So keep doing that, keep doing that, keep doing that, and over the time it will come down considerably. Okay, keep a record. Your brain will automatically understand. Okay, Parth, wait a minute, I will answer your query. All right, so who all, or Parth, just come on mic. Parth, enable the mic, I will talk to you there. Yeah, yes, Parth, what are you saying? Yeah, Parth, unmute yourself.
Okay, till the time Parth asks this question. There's this question here. Okay, now the system is not working.
Okay. I think that what we can do is, guys, for any queries related to course, you can text us on the number 9877714284. Okay. Text on this number and we will address all the queries. Now is a Q&A session for IELTS for the next 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, I will come and answer all your queries related to college, university, course, visa, etc. etc. Understood? So now 10 minutes Q&A for IELTS. Is Duolingo applicable for immigration? No, Dhaval. Only IELTS, TOEFL and PTE, if you do it properly, are applicable for immigration. There was a webinar by IRCC, the embassy directly, in which they have clarified that Duolingo will not be accepted for visa.
Harit, can you unmute Charan? He wants to ask a question from like last 10 minutes.
Charan, you have been unmuted. Please speak.
Hey, hi. My name is Charan.
Yeah. Hi, Charan.
Since working in TCS for 6 years, I have experience in network security. So I want to migrate from here to there. What was the process to how much? Do we need to write a IELTS exam? It's mandatory, or if you want to write, what is the how much we need to score? So what was the process? Can you elaborate
First
on
of
that?
all, what's your highest qualification?
BTech.
So you are a BTech and 6 years of experience. So to get enough points for your PR, you need to complete education in Canada. Okay. So to complete education in Canada, you need to go for a study visa, and for that you need IELTS. And IELTS academic, for you, I would recommend getting overall 7 bands.
For the last point, can you repeat again if you don't mind?
Overall 7 bands. Overall 7 bands.
Oh, if I want to go for education, right? If I want to go for the through work permit,
Yeah.
So based on the work permission, so how can we migrate?
For work permit, it's basically it's a different story. It depends upon which class your immigration consultant is choosing for you. Okay. For example, there's an intra-company transfer, ICT, in which TCS will be transferring you. In that case, you don't even need IELTS. Okay.
Yes,
That's
okay.
totally different. How it is working out. So you can like drop me a query on the number I am typing in the chat. I will help you. 8264649444. Okay. All right. Cool. So next is I'll just unmute Charan. Surya is saying, how do you expand things that you just said in one sentence? Use the structure of point, explain, and example. Okay. Or you can also use past, present, future. Okay. Past, present, future. For example, what is your job? I am working as a teacher, right? How can I say this? When I graduated, I started working as a software engineer, but I realized that is something that I don't want to do. Currently, I am working as a teacher, and in the future, I want to continue working as one. Okay, I expanded my simple answer into past, present, future. Simple strategy, easiest strategy, but it requires practice for you to understand it. British Council and ITP, they both are the same. Okay. Pratiksha, I am unmuting you. Pratiksha. Yeah, Pratiksha, speak.
Yeah, hi.
Hi, Pratiksha.
Yeah, so I'm a working professional. Like I'll be working for 5 days a week,
Okay.
and I will be taking my exam in like September mid.
Okay.
So I haven't been taking any other course for now. So I would like to join
You are
the
taking IELTS general training or academic?
no academic. So I would want to go to Ireland
Okay.
for studying purpose. So yeah, I'm very bad at writing. I know that, and I haven't even like booked my test yet.
Okay, Pratiksha,
So,
what I would recommend is that if you haven't booked the test yet, perhaps
yeah.
by end of September. So by the time
classes, we have one-to-one services wherein one trainer is assigned to you throughout the course, and there are no other students. So you
Okay.
can join that course as well. The fees is obviously a little higher because it's
Yeah.
one-to-one, but then you
Okay.
would get the time of your choice if you join that.
Okay.
What could be the fees for one-to-one?
One-to-one for 1 month, it's 14,000.
Okay. So, like, does it depend on the day, like per day, or
No,
is it?
22 sessions. The 1 month course has 22 sessions, 1 hour each day. So 22
Okay.
sessions means 22 hours, and the course is going to be customized according to your convenience, according to your requirement. So we'll be dividing the total number of sessions into all the 4 modules, and that's how
Okay.
we'll be customizing and personalizing the course for you. So that is for the people who are working professionals who cannot find time, and also who want to focus on certain specific areas. They can join the one-to-one classes. However, in case of the group classes, it's going to be on a large scale, and perhaps if you have just some issues in one module, this would be a better course for you, the one-to-one.
Okay. Oh yeah. So one more question is like nowadays people are taking, there is a IELTS indicator or something, right?
no,
So
no, no,
because
no.
of the COVID.
IELTS
So
indicator is not applicable for immigration at all. All the immigration authorities have clarified it that they will not be accepting IELTS indicator or Duolingo.
okay. So I should be going to the test center and taking the test, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So how many days would it take to get the result?
If you take the computer delivered test, the result would come on the 5th day.
Okay. So even the writing should be done like computer based
On
includes
computer.
typing it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Would
Yeah.
there be extra time for that typing or something like that, or should we directly just?
You will be directly typing on the PC.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all from my side.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
So Parth has been typing a query from a very long time. So sir, I took IELTS 3 times in which I was able to achieve 6.5 bands. However, in reading module, I am stuck at 5.5. Still, I am working on it. However, I can't improve. Although you have introduced your course, spellings of course are wrong, Parth, but I am unable to join. And there's no need of a but after, although I am unable to join there due to the day limit from today to next couple of weeks in which I have booked an IELTS exam. Still, I need your help anyway from Harmit sir as possible to improve my reading module instead of question types, hoping for your kind response. Okay. Parth, you can opt for the one-to-one coaching. Okay. I will be able to help you in that, or just, drop me a message on the number. I will see if I can meet you for a while in a one-to-one class. Okay. Complimentary, just to help you refine the strategies and to see where you make the mistakes. Okay. I will try to help you personally. Don't worry. All right. Relax. I will meet you. Cool. Be happy now. What is the ideal band score for MIM? Vrishank, if you are going for one of the best universities, target 7 or overall 7.5 and above. Okay. I have just finished my 12th and planning to go to UK after my graduation. So when should I appear for IELTS? Mispa, you have a lot of time. You should appear in the final year of your graduation, because IELTS, the validity of IELTS is only 2 years. Should I brainstorm ideas for task 2 or just focus on task 2 or 4 main on 2 or 4 main ideas? And what are the other words which can be utilized for words like increase/decrease? For increase, you can use escalate. For increase, you can, and for decrease, you can use mitigate. Okay. Increase, escalate, decrease, mitigate. For increase, you can use enhance, and for decrease, you can use Sanjita, suggest a word.
Diminish, deteriorate,
Diminish,
decline.
deteriorate. Yeah, declined. Right. So as I told you, I've learned from Sanjita. All right, paper-based or computer-based, which is best? If your handwriting is bad, take computer-based. You would be comfortable. Sanjita and I will be taking the classes. Sakshi. Fazul, postgraduate diploma is focused on a particular skill. Okay, let's talk about courses in exact 2 minutes. Okay, so guys, 2 minutes for IELTS queries. Quick, 2 minutes for IELTS queries. 2 minutes for IELTS queries. Then we have to talk about visas. all those.
Harit, there are 9 people who are raising their hands, and let's just
Okay,
ask.
great. Syed, unmute yourself. Jennifer, unmute yourself. Mohammed Isa, unmute yourself. Liksha, unmute yourself.
One at a time.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll take them all. Jennifer, unmute yourself. And Sally, unmute yourself. Let's just take
Hello.
all the queries together. Yeah. Who is this?
Hi, Hartik. This is Jennifer.
Yeah, hi, Jennifer. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah,
So
tell
I have two queries. One is regarding writing task. So
Uh-huh.
how many paragraphs should we write for task 1 and task 2? That
Okay.
will be the first question.
Okay.
And the
I
second
can't
question.
hear her.
Okay. I will repeat. Yeah, Jennifer. Second question.
The second question is regarding the reading task. How should we approach a paragraph? Should we read the passage first and then we should go for the questions, or read the question first and then go for the paragraph?
Okay. So
Second
first of all, I will answer the reading one first. You have to read the questions first and then come to the passage. Okay. This way you
Okay.
would be able to locate where my answer is. All right. Read the questions, come to the passage, go back to the questions.
Okay, got it.
Right. This way your brain will know that, okay, the answer lies there. I will straight away go there. Okay.
Okay.
That's how it is. And for writing, always follow a 4 paragraphs approach. Paragraph 1, your introduction. All right.
Okay.
It should be your introduction and whatever your thesis statement is, whatever your stand is. Paragraph 2 would talk about like 2 ideas. Paragraph 3 would talk about 2 ideas or one idea. That's your choice if you want to write 1 idea paragraph or 2 ideas paragraph. Then the 4th paragraph would be a concluding paragraph.
Yeah,
Conclusion.
got it.
All right. 4
Thank you.
paragraphs. Yeah. Follow this structure as it is, as paragraphing is one of the official parameters. Okay. All right. Great. Done. If any queries for Harjot has a query for IELTS. Yes, Harjot, tell me.
Hello, sir.
Hi, Harjot.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening.
Sir, I want to go to abroad. Sir, I recently take a 2 IELTS test. I got overall 6 band score and 5.5 in 2 modules, writing or speaking.
Okay. 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 So when did you take this test?
Sir, last year.
Last year.
Hanji, October, 12th October.
12 October. Okay. All right. So Harjot, I would recommend that you should, take classes, perhaps from us, from someone, refresh the things. And this time try to take classes from someone who understands the demands of the IELTS test properly. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Take the classes so that the things are revised, sit for a month, practice regularly, rigorously. You can easily get overall 6.5, no band less than 6. You are very, very close. Okay. You can
Okay, sir.
easily get it this time.
Sir, reading is very difficult, but I previously got a 6.5 in reading, but now I find many difficulties in reading.
You find difficulties in reading.
What kind of difficulties?
Ma'am, like true false not given, difficulties in headings.
So, did you listen to the strategies that were discussed by Harit?
Yes, ma'am.
I guess Deep asked the question. So, are you satisfied with those strategies? Do you want us to explain a little more about them?
Yes, ma'am. I am satisfied.
Satisfied? Try to implement them. Use karke dekho unko. If you like them, if you think there's improvement, then you can start following them. And 99% chances are that you will find them useful and you'll be utilizing them.
Let's also correct Harjot speaking a little bit. Harjot, speak after me. October. Speak after me.
Yes, sir.
Speak
Sir,
after me. October.
October.
October. Speak.
October, sir.
Not tuber. It's tuber. Two. October.
October.
Yeah. October. Okay. Speak it 3 times.
October. October. October.
Ha. Now, after you mute yourselves, try to speak it 10 times. The pronunciation of October would be fine. Okay.
Okay, sir.
It incorrect. Right?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome. All right. So who is, when should we take IELTS for Jan intake? Dinesh, you should take it straight away. The time is less. You should file your visa by September at max, September or October, because the processing time is 20 weeks now on the Canadian immigration website. So आपको 20 weeks देने पड़ेंगे January intake के लिए, visa के लिए. So start working ASAP.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, you can take online classes. You don't need to travel anywhere. Kolkata, Delhi, Bihar, कहीं पर भी हो आप, you can take online classes. Not an issue.
Abhishek, please go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. Who is the next
Hello,
one?
sir.
Is anyone- Yeah. Who is it?
Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
Yeah, I am Abhishri. I have doubt regarding the writing module.
Tell me.
If while writing, we get some topics on which we have to, write an overview and express our own points and opinions. So what if we get a topic about which we doesn't have any knowledge regarding it? Like suppose I don't have any knowledge, or I don't have my fair share of interest in sports. So if I got something to write about related to sports, so how to brainstorm such ideas at that
Abhi,
instant?
first of all, the topics are very, very, very simple. Okay. For example, even if you don't know about sports, the topic would be that, for example, do you think that sports should be conducted during pandemic? Okay. There can be a question like that. No, it's a very simple question, right?
Okay.
You can answer it. So just Sanjita, please guide on the brainstorming part.
So basically, as he mentioned, the questions are going to be pretty generic in nature, and you need to know minimum of 2 points and maximum of 4 points related to that topic. And in any case, you will come up with 2 points as soon as you read the questions. Somewhere or the other, you might have heard about that topic in the news, you might have read it on some newspaper, or maybe you've discussed it in your house, your parents have discussed it, or your siblings have discussed it, you've come across it. I understand that you might not be familiar to that topic, but you kind of know a little about it. Now, sports is not something new to you. Secondly, they're not assessing your opinion, they're not assessing your morality from where you're talking. They just want to see whether your expression is good or not. So you need to express yourself well in your written English. That's all that matters. Even if you deviate slightly means you're still talking about sports in the pandemic situation. But if you deviate slightly, it's still going to be fine, because at the end of the day, they're not really assessing your knowledge. They're assessing your expression skills, or basically your English. So it's an English test. It is not the test of your general knowledge or of your knowledge on current affairs, right?
All right.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, guys. So now I think I am ready to take some queries related to your courses, immigration, all those things. Okay. So, all right, start shooting, quick. Start shooting the questions. My CGPA is 7.5 in UG. I want to pursue my master's in University of Gulf in biotechnology. How much should I get in IELTS? Srinithi, I think that the University of Gulf requires overall 6.5, no band less than 6, but just to be on the safe side, get overall 7 bands and try to keep the minimum band score of 6.5 in each module. Okay. So Pratiksha is saying, is there any minimum band that examiners would be giving? No, Pratiksha, we have seen one TRF with 1 band in writing. Okay. Or it was written as fail, not even a single band score. They can give you 0 as well. Don't worry, you will get a better score. If someone has done graduation and post-graduation from distance learning, will it be considered as post-graduation applying for Canada PR? Meenakshi, there are various organizations that assess your credentials, educational credentials. If you have done it from distance learning, there's a great chance that WES, World Education Services, will reject it. Okay, but if you go for another organization like IQAS or CES, they might give it a post graduation. So don't get your education credential evaluation from WS. Get it done from IQAS or CES. What is the ideal IELTS band score for studying pharmacy? Current overall 6.5 bands, no band less than 6. I will be finishing my BTech by 2021. So when should I take test for 2021 August or 2022 Jan intake? You have a lot of time. Take it in 1 year from now. No need to take it right now. The expiry is of only 2 years. I would suggest you to take the exam next year around July or August. Amit, so my study gap is 8 years after MTech. Am I eligible? Amit, do you have any work experience during this period? If yes, then yeah, you can go for an MBA now. After MTech, you should only go for an MBA. I have given my number 8264644944. You can text me on that number with your name, DOB, your WorkX, and all those things. I will suggest you some courses. I will be finishing BTech by 2021. So when should I take the test? I've already answered this, I guess. Best college for law and humanities. Saba, every college is good in Canada. If I tell you, it depends upon your CGPA. Okay, what percentage do you have in your +2, or in what percentage do you have in your bachelor's? I will be able to suggest based on that which one would be best for you. Ab aise to the best college is University of Toronto. Okay, the best university. It's the best university. Justin Trudeau studied there, but it's very difficult to get into that. It requires a lot of effort to get into it. Can I know the difference between PGT and MBA? Fazul, MBA is broad. For example, Master of Business Administration, it will be a 2 years course. You will be learning a lot of theory. You will be going through a lot of theoretical stuff, but PGTs are very practical and skill oriented. Okay, PGTs will be talking about a particular skill. For example, postgraduate diploma in digital marketing. This will be dedicated to digital marketing, but MBA marketing, you will learn all forms of marketing. So MBAs are expensive, PGDs are a bit cheap, job opportunities are same in both. There's no difference if you're doing it from a good college. Could you suggest me some courses after I finish my graduation in BMM MISPA? I think you have a lot of time to decide right now. I have my test in 20 days and I started preparing also. I scored 95 in boards, very good. 20 days enough for me? Yes, Lishka, 20 days are more than enough. Don't worry. How to score 2 marks in multiple choice, how to score 2 score marks in multiple choice questions in listening part. Agni, listening multiple choice, it's all about being focused, okay? And do not fall in the trap. The MCQ questions generally trap you. They speak the answer, then they speak a different answer, okay? So that is where we get trapped. They speak the answer 2 times in which one of them is correct. So give it time. I will be finishing my BTech. I've already answered this. Sania, which university is best for masters in electronics? My CGPA is 8. Sania, look for University of Ottawa. Look for Ryerson University. Look for University of Windsor. Look for electronics, right? Electronics. I would highly recommend. You can also try Carleton University. You might get it at 8. Carleton. So I want to go to University of Toronto. My CGPA is 7.5. Rishabh, 7.5 CGPA, University of Toronto. Sorry, not at all possible. At least from my experience. So I have to apply for masters in Canada for fall 2021. Vanshika, you should give IELTS as soon as possible because the fall 2021 deadlines will open in October. So try to apply as soon as possible. It's easier to get admissions in the round 1 deadlines. I want to pursue MS in Canada in economics. Sorry, master's in Canada or economics. Should I have to give GRE? No. For Canada, you need not give GRE. For US, for good universities, yes. Hi. Typically, how long does study visa processing take under STS? Azi, in the pre-COVID time, the visas used to come in 20 days. It was the maximum time. I will be finishing my BTech by 2021. Do IELTS valid for BR in US? Yes, it is valid, Sneh. Okay, I will just scroll down. Is animation very good? Animation is a very good course because Canada has a large gaming industry. Okay, there are many like companies that develop games in Canada. So animation is always in demand in Canada. VFX, animation, etc. Best colleges for Australia for blockchain, masters in computer science, blockchain. It depends upon the CGPA yet again, but what I have heard is that the Simon Fraser University's big data course and data science course is very good. So for blockchain, I think you should somewhat prefer Carleton. Carleton is very good for computer science. Carleton and University of Ottawa. Australian visa can come in 2 days. It's that fast. Best college for data science, I would say go for a course with a co-op. Co-op is basically a paid internship that the college arranges for you. So Conestoga College is a good option. You can always choose St. Clair College, and then you can choose Seneca College for database administration and data science. There's a very good course in Georgian College as well. Okay, Georgian College, Berry. All right, perfect. So is IELTS academics sufficient for studying abroad, or you need to write SAT also? Just if you want to go for Canada, no need of SAT. If you want to go for US, you will need SAT. US or Canada, which is better? Monica, I suggest Canada for settlement reasons. It is very easy to get your PR in Canada. In US, the visas are always a trouble. H1B, then the green card. The waiting of green card is 12 years. But in case of Canada, you can become a Canadian permanent resident in 4 years. And 3 or 4 years, once you're a PR, become a citizen in 2 years, then move to US and work. Okay, so that is even better. Through North America Free Trade Agreement, you can move from Canada to US and work rather than facing all the stress of H1B and all those things. Will I have to work for 2 years for MBA? For good MBAs, yes, you need work experience. Yeah, Caroline, there's a very good chance. Your CGPA is very, very good. Okay, guys, I think that this there are a lot of queries. I am unable to answer all of them. Okay, it's very difficult for me to answer all of the queries like this. So what I am doing is I am dropping my number 8264649444. Okay, ping me your query on WhatsApp on this number. I will reply back to you in less than 1 day. Okay, I will reply back in less than 1 day. Yes, you can get percentage in less than 57% easily. All right. Okay, guys. So now we have around 130 students in the class. So final feedback, how was the session? I know it was very long, it was very exhaustive, but how was the session? Did you guys like it? Great. So who all are joining the batch? Who all are joining the Super 50 batch? Almost 7-8 students have already joined. But who all are joining? Is there anyone who wants to join? Great. Perfect. 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 Awesome. Awesome. Great. All right. So guys, you have already got an SMS with the link. Okay. And I am about to send an email as well with the registration details. So join the batch and I will see you in the classes. And by the time I will be sending you SMSs and emails for any other webinars that we will conduct. Okay. If you have any queries related to college selection, visa, etc., right? Then you can always message. Honestly, it was not exhausting at all. Oh, so Karan is saying, honestly, it was not exhausting at all. It was very informative and up to the mark. Thanks a lot, Karan. So you can always send me the message on 8264649444. And for IELTS, you have to drop a message on 9877714284. 9877714284. Okay, this is the number. And yes, a good IELTS score can get you a scholarship for sure. It can also ease your process of getting an education loan. Thanks a lot, Surya. Thanks a lot for your compliment. Okay. Great, guys. So, bye-bye. Take care. Sanjita, would you like to say anything? Sanjita, you're muted. You're muted. Yeah. Right. So would you like to say anything?
Yeah. So thank you so much for joining in, guys. I hope it was informative for all of you. If you have any feedback, if you want us to improve on something, please drop in an email to us on the email provided to you, or you can reply to the same email that is being sent to you and tell us where we can work on, how we can improve ourselves and make ourselves better. And for now, all the very best, prepare well, and if you plan on joining the classes, see you soon, and all the very best for your future endeavors.
9877-14284 826464 9444. ठीक है, 9877-14284 for IELTS and 826464 9444 for studying abroad. Okay, thanks a lot, guys, and have a very, very good day ahead.
Bye-bye.